Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay for you guys. Once again, we have an international gameplay here in between these two pro players. So let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. As we are spawning here in the lower left, in the dark gray, it is Hawk from the United States. And his opponent here in the upper left, in the white, it is Bonnyth from Poland. So international gameplay here in between these two pro, no South Korean players this time. And as you can see, they're spawning here on circuit breakers for spawning location map. You can also see from the thumbnail that we are indeed going to be seeing a very rare sight here, a very rare dark Templar in red here made by Bonnyth. Let's just see if that is going to bring him the success, the win of this game. And yeah, let's just see exactly what both players have prepared for us, as Bonnyth, by the looks of it, is preparing here a wall in just to secure here his expansion. So yeah, he should very likely continue with a gateway, with a forge. Let's see what his plans are. And yeah, pretty standard of build order here by Hawk. He's going into a second overlord, no spawning pool, no extractor yet, so he will also very likely continue with a fast expansion here for him. And a very lucky scout here for him, as the overlord is heading into the right direction straight here for Bonnyth's base. So yeah, this might give him an early advantage, earlier scouting advantage, as Bonnyth is now also moving out. Very early scout here for him at around the 1 minute and 30-second mark here. Continues with another pylon. Gateway should be finished really soon, as the overlord also makes his way up. And let's have a look. Second overlord is out, but hold on, we actually have a different build order here. It's spawning pool first and then fast expansion. Yeah, interesting stuff here by Hawk. He even hides here his drone not to be spotted by a probe that is coming here soon. So very nice strategic gameplay here by the player from the United States. No gas yet here for him. Spawning pool is about to finish. There is his expansion, and the overlord now finally sees the position here from the pylon and from the gateway. Still no fast expansion yet here for Bonnyth, as he's continuing to produce more and more probes. In comes his probe. He's going to see now the timing from this expansion. He's also very likely going to move here through. Not going to see the gas, and two Zerglings already out. Even this drone might want to get a surround here onto this probe, but he makes it here through. And let's just see the next plans here from Hawk. He might go into yet another expansion. It would be very greedy. A very nice gameplay here by him, as two Zerglings already moving out. No cannons here for Bonnyth, just one zealot to guard here this entrance. And we have yet another zealot coming in here through for Bonnyth, so this could be a good early harassment here by him. One Zergling has fallen. He might even snipe a drone or two. More and more Zerglings are coming in. And now Bonnyth just tries to hide, of course, in the back from these minerals, just to secure here his position. Now he's heading for those drones. Now actually still wishes to snipe some of those units. At the same can be set here by Hawk, as he's hunting for some probes here, but still causing some damage. The zealot is still alive, still sniping some Zerglings here. Very low Zerglings, but the same can be said here for this zealot, which in the end will very likely be taken out here. And yes, zealot drops really low. He has 5 kills though, so mostly of them are of course Zerglings. Let's have a look at the Zerglings here from Hawk. 1 kill for this one. So very likely one probe has been sniped, but remember, Hawk is also heading here for his expansion, and some cannons are also being produced here. So Hawk wishing, of course, to stay as much as possible here into the base from Bonnyth. Things have settled down a little bit, as Hawk is just preparing now very likely some defenses here. Really nice extra expansion here for him at around the 4-minute mark. Still, of course, has no tier 2 upgrade as he's heading straight into that economic advantage gameplay here for him. A good number of drones here, 40 drones versus those 17 probes here. And we see a cybernetic score. Yes, it is a cybernetic score here for the Protoss, as the Protoss is actually moving out with 3 zealots here. So those zealots could inflict some damage. Is there a sunken? There is no sunken, so Hawk has to try to go for a nice surround here against those zealots. He's securing the ramp. He might even pull some probes. And let's have a look how this is going to work out. Yes, indeed, some probes are being pulled. The zealots are still very tanky, but they're nicely being surrounded here by Hawk. Pretty good micro here, as only one zealot makes it here through, but also 5 Zerglings have been sniped here. So nice job by Bonnyth in the end. And by the looks of it at the minimap, we also see Hawk moving out with some Zerglings here towards the base from Bonnyth, but he should be fine with that one cannon here into his main. Zealot still tries to find some connections, but yeah, so many Zerglings all of a sudden here by Hawk, as he will very likely try to push here through, but the walling is really good, and there are some Zerglings. Speed has been done here for those Zerglings. And there's so many Zerglings. He might even try to upgrade the transport capability here of this Overlord, but he needs that tier 2. So yeah, let's have a look. Is he going to commit here? There's 2 cannons almost being ready here, one already shooting, and yeah, the pylon here is nicely blocking the entrance as one Zealot is also nicely coming out. He's getting surrounded, but those cannons really deal so much damage. Remember, 2 cannons can one-shot a Zergling. So yeah, the walling really good here for Bonnyth. Nice being secured. Let's have a look at his main. There's the Citadel. Does he already have a Templar archive? No, just 2 gateways here, so they're likely going into mass gateway units currently. Only 26 workers here for Hawk, so really soon his economic advantage should kick in. Let's have a look at what he's doing. Another hatchery and a Hydrolis then, so he's transitioning to Hydrolis. No lurkers, of course. There is no tier 2 upgrade, so mass Hydros it is going to be very successful here for him, as he could leave those Zerglings in the front and just allow those Hydros from the back to deal the damage. And yeah, in the production tab I do see speed is being upgraded here for the Hydros, yet no Hydros are being produced, just 1 here. Yeah, so we have a small stalemate here. Those players are still macroing up, still producing more units and more probes. Some upgrades here, weapons 1 it should be, and still no Templar archives here for the Protoss player. As yeah, this number of Zealots and those cannons should of course be enough here to hold the position. And still Hawk with a nice macro game here, adding even yet another hatchery. So many hatcheries here for him, as he's perhaps very likely soon going to attack. There is his tier 2 upgrade. So yeah, still waiting here, still making more and more units, still making those upgrades. You can see in the upper left part. Finally, there's that Templar archive now finally being made here for Bonnyth, as more and more pylons are being added. And you're on a starport, finally might go for some Corsairs. Could be a good option. Go for those Corsair. Speed has been upgraded here for those Zealots, so the Zealots could inflict so much damage here against the Zerg player. Now he's trying to go up that ramp, but it's nicely getting blocked by Hawk. Let's have a look what exactly is going to happen. Some drones have been sniped. Stunk and finally finishes on time, but it looks like Bonnie is just going to ignore that, just head straight for some surrounds here against those units. And now he's going to damage a little bit the economy here from Hawk. By the looks of it, yes, so many drones have to be pulled here by Hawk, so that greedy gameplay in the end, he has to just abandon so much mining time here. The Zealots will of course be in the end snapped, but so much damage has been done here against Hawk. And yeah, Hawk even losing more and more. Actually, he just lost a Hydra here and a drone, but yeah, a lot of mining time has been lost here for him as well. However, the defenses look really strong here for the players from the United States. And yeah, let's have a look what exactly the next idea here from Bonnyth is going to be. By this time, with all of those Hydras, Hawk could of course attack, but this is exactly why Bonnyth immediately reacting here after seeing so many Hydras. He's just adding so many cannons. But we've seen on previous replays that some Zergs just like to upgrade that Overlord speed and that transportation capability, so just to drop here into the main. Some probes on idle here, interesting enough here for Bonnyth not paying attention. And yeah, let's have a look at the next step. Still Hawk not deciding to attack, still playing very defensively. I guess he's just fearing the Corsair move out here by Bonnyth. So yeah, he's actually going for a tier 3 now. Interesting stuff here by Hawk. Mass amounts of the Hydras. He might go into some lurkers here as well. We see no speed upgrade yet, as one Dark Templar is trying to damage the economy, but there's just so many overlords here for Hawk. And yeah, High Templar City is also here for Bonnyth, so perfect counter against mass Hydras. Storm really strong as Bonnyth goes into more and more gateways here. It's going to be mass gateway units here against his opponent. Now in comes the push apparently here by Hawk. I know he's just going to regroup here, so really strong defensive gameplay here by this player as finally one Corsair just keeps pushing here through, but there's really so many Hydras here for Hawk, and yeah, we did actually cancel this tier. Used to be the liar. What a strategy is being prepared here by Hawk. Let's have a look, as he's going to of course guard those overlords. I guess he's just fearing for mass Corsairs, but there is no such thing by Bonnyth. And in the end, that number here of Hydra is really strong here for the player from the United States. Still, those High Templars will very likely be the perfect counter. It's just so hard to out-micro those psionic storms here, as Hawk seems to be going into more and more hatchery. So pretty soon his economy and his macro game is very likely going to overwhelm here the Protoss player. This is exactly why Bonnyth is deciding to move out here with his Zealots, and backed up by 3 High Templars. Those High Templars, of course, very much important here. He also should have tier 2 weapons up, or tier 1, as he's pushing now forward in the high ground. Some drones are even here in the front, interesting enough. And let's have a look at those storms. One storm nicely being casted here, but a nice spread here by Hawk as well. Another Quake Storm, and look at all of that splash damage here against those Hydras here. So much splash damage with those storms. The Tempers have really done a nice job. In the end, this is going to be cleared, but Bonnyth has done quite some damage here against the player from the United States. Worker wise, however, we have Bonnyth at 53 versus the 38 here from Hawk, and Hawk is going to very likely go into more and more workers here, and just to get some economic advantage here. Bonnyth also preparing here his expansion. Let's have a look at that main. Still mass gateways here, and some Corsairs are being produced, as more and more High Templars are also of course being produced. So these High Templars were the perfect counter here against those massive amounts here by Hawk. So yeah, Hawk still, is he going to try perhaps for a push with those overlords here into this position? It would be very nice by him to do so. Of course, this is nicely walled in with those cannons, and yeah, Bonnyth just preparing here yet another push out here with his units. Dragoons are this time being added, Zealots, and of course those High Templars. I believe he's also going into more and more High Templars, as yeah, once again he's going to scout here the position from the Zerg. Let's have a look. There's a Spire, so we might have a transition here by Hawk into those Mutalisks. So yeah, Mutalisk, it could be here for him. Let's have a look what exactly his decision is going to be, as we also see a army move out here by Bonnyth with his units looking really strong. 120 supply versus 100. Still, Hawk could get some nice surrounds here if he positions his units really well. And yeah, very defensive gameplay here by the Zerg. Let's have a look what exactly is going to happen, as the first small group is going to of course be fended off here really nicely by the Protoss. Let's have a look. The high ground is now for the Protoss. More and more Hydras are here. But once again, he needs to be very careful against those storms. In come the High Templars. Good storm once again here by Bonnyth. And yet another storm. Look at that splash damage just obliterating here all of those units. But more and more is being produced here by Hawk, and Hawk taking massive amounts of splash damage. He's going to be able to hold. In the end, more and more is being produced, and more High Templar storms are being casted. In the end, finally he has to go for this one Archon now. So Archon also really strong against those Hydras. Let's have a look. It's just Dragoons now with a couple of Zealots in the front. Hawk should be able to hold here his position. And there's this one Archon here dealing good amount of splash damage, but he has to retreat him. He just has to keep that shield alive, and in the end Hawk should be able to push this back, as he's trying to go for a surround here, and they're just sniping some units here. So yeah, pretty good stuff here by both players, trading blows, losing quite some amounts of units here, especially thanks to those High Templars by Bonnyth. And there it is, there we have this one dark Archon. Let's have a look what he can do. He can of course do mind control against the drone. It will be very interesting to see mind controlling one drone and perhaps just expanding here into this location. You can also do Maelstrom, just blocking all of those units. We're about to find out what exactly the plans are here from Bonnyth, as he's once again pushing out. Hawk waiting here for him. Finally, speed has been upgraded. There's this one Archon in the front. What is he going to do? Some Mutalisks are being added, but there are Dragoons, and here we go. strong engagement once again. Nice storms here by Bonnyth. Still the Archon hasn't casted anything, he's just roaming around. More and more storms here by Bonnyth, looking really strong. Those high templars perfectly value here for the Protoss player. So if you're a Protoss facing a Zerg, of course high templars should be your answer against mass Hydras, even against mass Mutalisk, although Mutalisk are a little bit faster hit against Hydras. But Hydras, yeah, perfect counter here with those high templars. Just have a look at the kill count. Perhaps some of them have been snapped 4 kills onto this one. So doing pretty well here against those units from Hawk. Still Hawk's economy looking really strong. He has so many hatcheries, so he can rebuild those units really fast. And yeah, he's just roaming around the map here, having Mutalisk, having Hydras. Let's have a look at the upgrades here from those Hydras as we have another engagement. So it's 2 weapons upgrades. Once again, a nice storm. Still this Dark Archon hasn't casted anything, but those storms just obliterate here everything from the Zerg, just making a Hydralisk soup here out of everything. And yeah, the Dark Archon still chilling around here, just allowing more and more mana to be reproduced here for him. So yeah, once again, High Templars on the move here for Bonnyth, just obliterating here everything the Hawk throws here towards the Protoss. And let's have a look, he's even going into Archons now. Archons of course really strong with that splash damage. And what can Hawk actually do? Let's have a look. He might try for a surprise for some Mutalisk. Mutalisk could attack here into this location. There are no defenses here by Bonnyth. This could have also been a nice location to fly over. Still, it's just mass Hydras here for him. I don't know if he's going to work out against so many. And there we have it. There we have that Maelstrom. And let's have a look. Do they take damage? No, they're just being paralyzed here. Now they're just being casted with High Templar Storm. So what a great move here. And yet another Maelstrom, I believe it is called here. Yeah, good stuff here by Bonnyth. Finally, the red Archon is being taken out, but he has done his job. 2 Maelstroms and then followed up by High Templar Storms. Yeah, still the economy is starting to drop here for Hawk, and let's have a look what exactly is, if he's going to continue here with those Hydras. Of course the Protoss is going to continue by producing more and more storms, and yeah, Zealots should be in the front just to hold those Hydras at bay. Hawk could of course, like I told you, go for some Mutalisk. It would be a very smart decision, but then again there could be some Dragoons, and yeah, more and more is being produced. Now it looks like he's actually going for mass Hydras here. Can he somehow spread those Hydras just to micro them in and out of danger? Yeah, currently it's just with a bad rally, so let's have a look. He's trying for us around, doing a pretty good job, but there's just so many Zealots here against Hawk. And yeah, Hawk is pretty much being overwhelmed here about all of those units. Some of his Hydras are sadly on the back, and no, actually they're heading straight towards targeting those High Templars. So this is really smart here by Hawk, trying to execute those units, but in the end there's just really so many Zealots here for Bonnyth. So in the end he should be able to hold, as Bonnyth pretty much in control, having the double amount of supply, having almost 60 workers. This expansion is also pumping, and there's the GG. In the end Hawk is giving up, just allowing here I think the next push here by Bonnyth would have been devastating here against Hawk, and the Hawk pretty much knew this. So yeah, sadly here for him, he didn't quite punish the economy here from Bonnyth, and Bonnyth just really punishing him here, having the perfect counter against those Hydras, against those buildings with those storms. Perfectly countered here. Really nice job here by him. And in the end, look at that, even this one Archon having 15 kills, of course, with that splash damage, even having armor +2. So really nice gameplay here by the player from Poland. Let's have a look at those stats really quick in case you guys are interested. And nice stuff here by both players. But yeah, in the end, High Templars with Storm, and even that red Archon with that Maelstrom also holding those Hydras at bay. Quite a interesting move here by Bonnyth, showing us the strength, especially all of those High Templar stores, Archons and those Zealots, of course, with those Dragoons. A really nice gameplay here by both players. I hope once again you enjoyed. We'll be seeing, of course, in the next replays. This is Tommy signing out.